Hello everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing two pickleball paddles. Had a couple people that asked me my opinion on a paddle that I recently received. Thought I'd make this quick video. Also going to share my opinion on a second paddle that I've been using. And I want to start off by just saying I have no affiliation with any of the products, brands, groups that I'm going to talk about. Just kind of want to get my opinion out there. To start that off, I do want to give a big shout out to the Kitchen Pickleball community. It's a Facebook group. Also, let's see, thekitchenpickle.com. They're the ones that put on a nice little contest out there on Facebook. I happened to say, why not? Entered the contest and I won. I actually won one of the brand new Selkirk Labs Project 006 paddles, obviously the paddle I'm going to review here. So let's dive into that. First off, got the box on my porch. First, just little ding against Selkirk. Selkirk, I love you, but they put this package on my front door with the Selkirk Labs logo and everything. I live in basically a 55 plus community in Florida. This thing looks like a gold brick sitting on my doorstep, so glad I got it before anyone else kind of figured out what was going on. All jokes aside though, I got this, open up, one of the first just kind of interesting fun things. You get this nice little card of authenticity, a little hard to see in the light there. It's a card just saying it is a certified Selkirk Project 006 paddle. Not sure if they did that because of some of the issues that have been going around with some of the fake paddles. Either way, it's kind of nice. I know Jula, again, not saying anything good, bad, otherwise about Jula. I've never used one, but I have heard that there's several people that have had some counterfeits on some of the Jula paddles. So just be careful when you're ordering out there. It's nice to have a little bit of extra authenticity to that. So here's the paddle case that it came in, kind of a little hard to see in this light. Just has the Selkirk and Labs all over it. Nice little leather case here. These paddles are very expensive, so they spend a little extra on some of the niceties, the case and whatnot. Kind of a nice little leather inside there. So here's the actual paddle itself. Very nice paddle, very nice looking, great grip, great feel. This paddle is, first thing I noticed, extremely light, extremely lightweight. This paddle is 8.5 ounces. Not sure exactly what the ounces is on the one I'm using. I know it was noticeably lighter. That was the very first thing I noticed. So real quick, just to let everyone know, I am a novice, beginner to novice player, so not a professional, not a 4.0. I put myself in about the 3.0, 3.5 level. Been playing for about 6 months, very serious about it, want to get competitive, about ready to start my first couple of tournaments here. I get out and play about 2 or 3 times a week. A lot of rec play. I actually play at Pictona down in Daytona. Great facility down there. Again, no affiliation. I just love the place, so I don't mind giving them a little shout out there. And so I got out and finally got to play with this thing. First thing that I noticed is the power on this thing. Again, this is going to play a lot into my review. I'm a lower level kind of novice player. I couldn't control it. Now, again, first time playing brand new paddle. What was happening was I'd have these just sweet pop-up balls and I'm like, oh, I'm going to kill this. I'm going to send this right down the middle of the court where there's no one, and I would hit it and it would sail. It'd almost go outside of the court, outside of the fence. And I gotta get some control. And I did that several times. So that was the first thing I noticed for me, was trying to control the power. It's a very powerful paddle. Seems to have a really big, nice sweet spot. The thing that I really liked playing with this right off the bat, though, was being so much lighter than the paddle I'm using, my blocking was so much better, so much faster. It was just almost instinctual. I was just getting to the ball, doing some nice blocks on some, real heavy hitting balls right at the kitchen coming at me and just popping them right back into the kitchen on their side, which something I work on, something I'm not great with my other paddle. So that was great. So great paddle, seems to have great grip. I'm not quite there a whole lot on the spin yet, but I feel like it's got a lot of great grip. Probably does great for people that can control that spin. A lot of power. So that's kind of my initial take. I'm going to give you my comparison here in just a little bit. My parents, who've been playing pickleball for quite a while, they've been playing for 5 or 6 years. They're obviously the ones that got me into the sport. Finally got me out there playing. Of course, I'm hooked. You play a couple games with the $20-$30 Amazon paddle. Great to just get you out there, get you playing the game, see if you love it. You're gonna love it. See if you love it, and very quickly, they're like, hey, yeah, if you're any kind of serious and want to continue this, like, get a real paddle. They gave me this great, kind of older, just because they've been using it like crazy, this older Selkirk Invicta paddle. It was a wonderful paddle to start on. I'm not reviewing that one today just because I played on that one. I didn't know anything. I knew that it was 10 times better than the Amazon paddle that I was using, so it was great. I learned on it. I used it for a while. Pretty quickly outgrew it. Pretty quickly got to a point where I'm like, okay, I know my skill level's a little bit better. So my parents at the time then were using Volair. And so this is the other paddle I'm going to talk about today is Volair. My parents said, hey, we like these Volairs. If you're really thinking about moving up and actually really buying a series paddle, try these, see what you think. So they had two. These are the Mach ones. They had a 14 millimeter and a 16 millimeter. And I tried both of them, and the 16 millimeter just felt right for me at the time. It was a little bit heavier. I had a lot more control. Going from the used Invicta to the brand new Volair, again, just upped my game up, like noticeably different, and it felt great. So that leads me to the real interesting thing that happened. Trying out this Project 006 paddle and being so lightweight and how much better my blocking was, I immediately thought back to when I tried the Volair for the first time, and I gravitated towards that heavier paddle at the time, and that was, let's say 3.5 months ago. My game's improved quite a bit since then. So happened to have my mom at the court, and I said, hey, do you still have that 14 millimeter? And she had the 14, so I said, let me try that, just to kind of get a little bit of comparison, because I knew the 14 was such a lighter one, and my game was phenomenal that day. The blocking, again, was just it just felt right. It felt like the extension of my hand, and like I could get to the ball like I knew I should be able to. And for whatever reason, with the Volair, I was able to control that swing and actually, put the ball where I wanted to, get a lot of power out of it. So again, I thought it'd be fair to do a little comparison. So this is the Volair Mach 1 14 millimeter. Again, nice long paddle. I like, or long handle. I like a long handle on these. Very light. It's not as light as the Project 06. I could tell slight different, but very close. The Volair is slightly slimmer, and if I kind of compare them up here, I mean, they're extremely close to the same. I think the Project 06 is just a little bit longer, just a little bit on the top there. If I really put it like handle to handle, it makes a few differences there as well. The handles are about the same on this. I think the Selkirk actually just a little bit longer on this one. So what's my conclusion? My conclusion is, I honestly love the Volair right now. I love the Volair, the 14 millimeter. That is what I'm going to stick with because I'm having phenomenal games with that one now. I think that if my skill level got increased, I think, I went from the Amazon paddle and went to the Invicta, the Selkirk Invicta, and it just felt like it raised my game immediately. And then after that one started feeling a little, old sluggish, felt like the sweet spot was going away, and I got the Volair 16, felt like my game went up. And I kind of stalled out a little bit, and now I'm going to these lighter paddles. I think the Volair 14 millimeters is my next step up. I think that's going to really push my game, get me into some of those tournaments, have a lot of fun. I do think that in the future, something like the Selkirk would probably be that paddle that would take me to that next level. So that's my ultimate comparison right now. I'm sticking with the Volair, but again, I think that it's right for my skill level. Price wise, it kind of makes sense too. It's a lot less expensive than the Selkirk. So if I was going to be buying this paddle, again, I was very fortunate to win the Selkirk and get to try it. I would buy the Volair. I'm going to use that one for a while. If I get to that point where I feel like I need something to get that game to that next level, I'd be happy to try out the Project 006 again. There you go. There's my review. Feel free to comment. Tell me what you think. If you say anything mean or hurtful, have fun. I don't care. And hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much.